The wedding dress of Marie Antoinette. Marie Antoinette, born Archduchess Maria Antonia of Austria, was thrust into the spotlight of European royalty at the tender age of 14 when she married Louis Auguste, the Dauphin of France. Her wedding was not only a union of two young people, but also a grand alliance between Austria and France, intricately woven into the political tapestry of the 18th century Europe. This event was held with all the pomp and circumstance befitting future monarchs at the renowned Royal Chapel of Versailles, a symbol of French grandeur and the epicentre of European fashion. The wedding of Marie Antoinette was a spectacle that captured the imaginations of contemporaries and historians alike. The Royal Chapel of Versailles, known for setting the fashion trends that dictated European aristocratic styles, was a fitting venue for such an illustrious occasion. Everyone in attendance was dressed in the height of fashion, but it was Marie Antoinette's wedding dress that stole the show. Her gown was crafted from lavish silver fabric, a choice befitting her royal status and symbolic of her shiny new role in the French court. Adorned with numerous diamonds, a lavish gift from her mother, Empress Marie Theresa of Austria, the dress shimmered with every step she took down the grand hall of mirrors towards the altar. Despite the opulence, the gown showed the intricate dance between personal desires and royal duties that marked Marie Antoinette's life. Before she even reached France, Marie Antoinette's identity began to be reshaped to align with French expectations. At the border, her attire and appearance underwent a dramatic transformation. She was dressed in new, lavish clothes, her hair was styled into a towering wig, and her face was powdered and painted to reflect the French noble aesthetic. This physical transformation was a precursor to the many ways in which she would have to mould her persona to fit the rigid expectations of the French court. Interestingly, Marie Antoinette and Louis XVI were initially married by proxy in Austria. Her brother, Archduke Ferdinand, stood in for Louis XVI, who was absent from the ceremony. Such proxy marriages were common in European royal alliances, allowing political unions to be cemented without both parties being present. It was a practical solution that underscored the often impersonal nature of royal marriages. By the time Marie Antoinette set foot on French soil, she was already the Dauphine of France, a title laden with responsibilities and expectations. The formal wedding in Versailles was a grand affair, meant to publicly cement the union that had been legally recognized in Austria. The gown Marie Antoinette wore was constructed long before she arrived in France, made in measurements taken by proxy and thus prone to inaccuracies. On the day of her wedding, when she tried on the gown, it was immediately clear that it was too small. The fabric strained across her back, unable to fully close, and it revealed the edges of her corset and chemise beneath, a faux pas for any bride, but scandalous for a queen. The problem with the dress was multifaceted. Firstly, the issue of fit highlights the challenges of living in a world where appearances were paramount, and even the slightest misstep could lead to public ridicule. Secondly, the inability to alter the dress in time for the ceremony speaks to the immense pressure and rapid pace at which royal events proceeded, leaving little room for error or adjustment. Despite the gown's poor fit, Marie Antoinette proceeded with the ceremony, a testament to her burgeoning role as a figure who must place duty above personal comfort. The diamonds gifted by her mother glittered under the candlelight, each facet reflecting not only the physical light, but also the heavy expectations placed upon her young shoulders. The scrutiny of Marie Antoinette's attire and behaviour started from this moment and continued throughout her reign. Her lavish spending on fashion and decor earned her the nickname Madame Deficit, as France's financial stability began to crumble. The misattributed quote, "let them eat cake," supposedly her response upon hearing that the French peasantry had no bread to eat, further cemented her image as an out-of-touch monarch, although there is no record of her actually saying these words. Marie Antoinette's story, and particularly the tale of her wedding dress, illustrates the complexities of royal life in the 18th century. Her dress, while a stunning piece of historical fashion, also represents the delicate balance of power, perception, and personal agency that Marie Antoinette navigated throughout her life. The dress was not just a garment, but a symbol of a young woman who was constantly shaped and reshaped by the needs and expectations of others, right up until the turbulent end of her reign. Her wedding gown, though no longer in existence, remains a poignant symbol of the opulence and extravagance of the French monarchy on the eve of the Revolution, as well as a personal reminder of the young Austrian princess who crossed into France to become a queen, a fashion icon, and ultimately a figure of tragic historical significance.